serious fire on the mountain right now, even though there's that unseen fire that needs to be flown or away from our system. I'm talking about when people have an assignment to do and the seeming inability to do the assignment, or sometimes of flagrant disobedience, disregard of what some people also refer to as simple rules in our society. Sometimes we don't know what the effect, the long-term effect of this disobedience can be, and that is what I think happened in the state capital last week at the Onikoko area of the state. We have this fire outbreak, and we all saw, we heard the result of that simple disobedience. How did this happen, and what can be done to prevent this? This is what we'll be looking at on the program Citizens Forum Daybreak Show this morning, and that's why we have with us the State Director of Fire Service, Engineer Fatai Adefala. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right, and I am Dele Ayodo.
And I am Chienye Egwuonwu. Good morning. Okay, if we take you back, we remember that last week 2 persons were confirmed dead and 7 others injured as a petrol station located in Adigbe area of Abeokuta went up in flames on Thursday. And the station, which is the Rabank Petroleum, which is located opposite the popular Iya Sunday food canteen, was reported to have caught fire as a welder worked on a fuel tank beside a gas base in the premises, and the fire later spread to about 6 shops that were also opposite the filling stations. And then the eyewitnesses also at the scene blamed the carelessness of the artisan for the outbreak that destroyed a Toyota pickup van, 2 motorcycles, air conditions, 5 fuel pumping machines, office tables and fridges, among other valuables.
Obviously, it was a colossal loss, the result of that. And in Adefala, we'll start from trying to clear the air on some stories around the issue before we go into why it happened. We all know what happened, but why it happened. First, the stories we heard was that your men were there, and then you were not able to do something because there was no water in the vehicle you brought, and that itself aided the spread of that fire.
Thank you, the presenter. I will tell the masses that it's not possible for fire service to go to a scene of fire without proper equipment. Actually, we were there and we were able to battle the fire. If we were not there, the fire could have spread more than what we expected. That means the whole Adigbe could have been on fire. It was the assistant of the fire service that assisted in putting out the fire to the barest minimum.
The other one is the response time. I know that your office is just meters away from that scene. So how long did it take you?
What actually happened is this. Let us ask ourselves, do we have the fire service numbers? I assuming people in that area could have called us. It could have been better. We received a running call from Adigbe down to Nikoko, and we know we have some traffic in the road. Actually, we were able to get there in time. But what actually happened that day was a gas explosion. It's different from a normal fire, or maybe we'll talk about fuel. Gas before you know it, gas explode. It will not tell you the time it will penetrate because there was a leakage.
Yeah, but even at this Adefala, would the response time not have saved or minimized
the incident has happened before calling?
Okay, can you give us the accurate figure? Because eyewitnesses, onlookers also said that the number of people that died in that inferno was more than 2. Can you give us an accurate figure?
Now, the accurate figure is this. The number of people that was affected.
They died instantly.
They died. No, we didn't confirm death instantly. They took them to the nearest, to FMC. It's doctor that will confirm that they are dead. I don't know, maybe they are dead. But later now, we now heard overnight, that is Thursday against Friday, that 2 people are dead, confirmed dead by the doctors.
Now let's go to how it happened. You just said gas explosion. I'm sure you will have been doing your own investigation to find out what happened. So can you let us into what happened?
What happened? What happened is that it was negligence of the artisan that was working. No, he was welding. He was welding a gas. He was welding an iron beside the gas plant. So it seems through the contact there was a leakage. So it's now from there. I heard that what the eyewitness says, the man have to call people that they should leave the place, that there's a danger.
So, Engineer Adefala, what I want to find out is your own investigation.
Our own report is that what really happened that day was that there's the leakage from the tank, from the gas, from the gas cylinder, because a compartment is full of gas, the other is empty. So it was through the leakage of the gas that spread to the nearest place, because gas it's like air. So when anywhere is spread to, anywhere it's sealed, it's heat or fuel, it will explode.
But how can we have a gas plant somewhere, and then we have a welder there, and then we also have a canteen?
No, the
petrol station.
The welder is working in the filling station, in the gas plant. He was working there at that time. That's what happened. Actually, in that scenario, they could have called fire service to be on standby.
No, I think maybe an addendum to the question Chienye asks is, don't we have safety measures that should have been taken? Why should the welder be working at that place and then resulting into that kind of thing? Don't we have people who have controlled that before now?
That is what I'm saying. Initially, they could have, before constructing that gas plant, they could have called in fire service to give them their safety measures. They were not called. So it now just happened the day we just had. That even you will say, I would also say that's my first time of seeing that this gas plant is being erected in the village station. In that same.
Okay, you are not aware that there is a gas plant.
No, I was not aware.
Okay, maybe this will take me to this question. A lot of people will just think the duty of the fire service is to arrive at the scene of fire and try and stop it from spreading or stop it completely. What are the duties of the fire service?
The duties of fire services: we render maintenance services, we save life, and we do all our work is essential services.
As it has to do with fire.
As well as go to fire. Not only fire. Not only fire. We rescue people from the well, from the river, so and all.
How often are you prompt to response?
Frequently. Once you are called, we'll be there.
Now, I know that we've had several calls on this program from our listener complaining of the emergence of some fuel stations in the midst of some thickly, heavily populated Adugos areas, and then you just see these fuel stations springing up and a lot of high risk businesses that we are talking about. Who should control that? Who should inspect? Don't the fire service has the power, either advisory power or punitive power, when we have an apparent danger being erected somewhere?
Now, what I would say to that effect is this: before a filling station will be erected or will be constructed, they suppose the owner of the filling station also come to fire service and ask, I want to erect this, I want to erect the building here, I want to erect the filling station here. Come and give me your safety tips, safety measures. So they'll call us, we'll go there, and then now, especially now what we have now, just people building filling station without even consulting us. It will now be later now without consulting us that they will build this. So some of them will just go there and seal it up. We have some figures, we see some filling station up that until they now do the right thing.
You have sealed filling station.
We'll see some filling station up.
When was the last time?
Well, I mean, this is one up 2 weeks ago along Ogun side.
Why was it?
It was because one, he has built all the filling station. There was no fire certificate approval. There's no site clearance approval. He doesn't have anything. He just rented building and was selling. Even the building plan, he only had the survey plan. He has not even got the building plan approval from the government.
So all the ones in Ogun State right now, all the ones in Abeokuta, are they fully registered under your care?
They are all the ones in Abeokuta. They are fully registered. Now you can see that you have some filling station. Even though you have some, initially they will say they want to be filling station. At the long run, they now had additional retail. That means a gas plant beside it, which is not supposed to be so. What they asked for is for filling station, not gas plant. The gas plant is different from filling station. They will not add additional gas to filling station.
What do you do when you have an incident like that?
What we will do is that now, some scenarios we have all this kind of thing. What we do is that we go there, we say they should move, they should remove. I could remember vividly last year, there was a gas plant beside a transformer along Swartz filling station. But the gas has been removed. I have to tell the man, write the man that I don't want to see a gas plant beside a transformer, which is wrong. We are creating more danger to ourselves, to the public. So,
and this is not the first time we'll be having fire incidents in the state. Ditto fire outbreak from fuel station. The effect of this last one was huge. Life lost, properties damage. Between then and now, what are the steps? What are you people doing to ensure that we don't have a repeat of that incident again?
Now, the first I will ask that most of this filling station, most of this complaint we have, do they have necessary measures? Do they have all the fire appliances? Do they have all the fire equipment they're supposed to have? Even the Rock City, do you have the fire plant? Do you have the fire equipment? No.
We do.
No. When I came in, I didn't even see in your plant, in your generator house, I couldn't even see a fire extinguisher there, which is wrong.
You didn't enter.
I've entered the house.
You can't enter.
No, let me tell you, you have, in your generator plant, I couldn't even see one, which is wrong. They're supposed to mount one at least. That's what the negligence people make. Do you have even the filling station? Go around the filling station. You will not see them having extinguishers. They don't have. Some of them will have. They now lock it inside the room. If it happen, will they go inside and pick the extinguisher? The extinguisher is supposed to be close to their fuel pump or behind to their fuel pump. If it happens, they'll just take it.
And this is supposed to be part of the service. What do you do?
What we do is that we go on basic investigation, inspection to all the filling station, to all the complaints. What I can say that what we normally do is that we write them. When you write them, when you write all the filling station, the complaints that you are coming, is there time they will go and prepare the extinguishers, buy it and place it that fire service coming. After we have left, they'll just return, they'll just pack everything and keep. I don't know. Who are they deceiving? Are they deceiving us or they are deceiving ourselves? What actually happened that day now? Assuming the man that is wedding that day has extinguishers beside him or beside with nearby, he could have used the fire extinguisher at least like a first aid before the response of the fire service.
Okay, then maybe, sir, you are not doing your job because the people need to be orientated. What I'm trying to say is you don't need to give them, you don't need to issue them a warning that you are coming. You can go there unannounced, even if you're not going to carry out any distance. But you should orientate
because if you are coming to inspect, you don't give notice.
Yeah, you don't
it's
give
when
notice.
You come to visit that you give notice.
That's it. Because they will always find you the
place.
That
has been the rule of fire service from the national.
Then look at it from this angle.
We give them the letter that we are coming. That's been the scenario.
That's a visit. It's no longer an inspection.
Is that what you call it? That's what you call it. Say you call it inspection. But now I think from what has happened now, what I'm going to do is now I've already the SAG have spoke to me on Friday that All the physicians should just stop it. What I will not be is that we will be going on daily basis. Any filling station, any company that doesn't have extinguishers or doesn't have comply with this, you are going to see them up.
Okay, then don't.
Sorry, when do we expect to see that in force?
As I'm speaking now, we've started. My men are out now already.
Okay, don't you think the people also need orientation? They need enlightenment. You should tell them the need for all these things to guard against fire and what have you. But you guys are not doing.
We are doing. It's only if you are only what you are doing. Is from the perspective you are looking at it from. We do some trainings. We invite companies. We invite even the media houses. But how many of them turn out? They will not.
We have never received any invitation from.
I mean, maybe because you are Rock City.
No, we have never received an invitation. Anyway, how many fire outposts or fire stations do we have?
We have presently we have 10 fire stations throughout the state.
Okay, can you give us their location?
We have one in Onikoko, that's Elkota. We have one in Ijemo. We have one in Ilaro, Ayetoro, Ota, Shagamu, Ijebu-Ugbo, Ijebu-Ode, Isheri, and Ikokia.
And all are functional.
All are functional.
They all have water in that fire service.
And do you think that 10 is enough?
A tender cannot be stationed in any filling station without having water there. You can even carry your own inspection. Any day of the day, just come. Please, I want to check maybe there is water in your tank, in your fire tender.
Will I be allowed to do that?
You are allowed. Even the master are allowed. Please, I want to check. Is there water in your tank? Come. You can come and inspect us also. Don't write us. Just come any day.
Now let's go back to the Adigbe issue. You said it's a gas explosion. It's different from the ordinary fire explosion. What lessons have we learned again? We've had fire outbreak resulting from fuel, resulting from electrical spark and maybe accidents and so. But for gas explosion, the story in town that day was that we have a bomb blast. That was what we could have. Somebody has dropped bomb, an IED has been detonated and all those ones. So what lessons have we learned that day from gas explosion?
What I advise the masses is, we are not going to the area of people having gases in their homes, respective homes, in everywhere now. Even the people in the village now, they now use gas instead of using stick or stove or kerosene. What so I would advise the masses.
You don't want the villagers to also step up.
No, they are stepping up, and I'm praying for them to step up. Okay. What advice I would tell them that let them have firefighting equipment. The cheapest one is you can have even the cheapest one in your house. I'm not talking about the 1 kg. Even let's just talk about even the car we drive. Do we even start with the extinguisher we have inside the car? It's small. If you don't start with the extinguisher with two times in a year, that means every 6 months. That means they are not functional. All those things have to be serviced every 6 months. If you have it, you don't service maybe because you are just doing it because of the road safety or the trace or the compliance people. You are wasting your time. You have to make sure you have service.
You can service it by yourself.
Yeah, you can service. Come to the headquarters, the fire service people.
No, can you service it by yourself?
No, you can't service it by yourself.
So you have to take it to the fire service.
Take it to the fire service. They will assist you in servicing it, and with a very cheaper rate.
Okay, we understand that there is a fire outbreak these days. We have it's a likable possibility for fire to just occur at any point in time. And then if we remember vividly, the one that happened early in January at Sterling Bank at Okelewo, we also remember that. What are those safety precautions that you have for the people?
Yeah, well, what I slightly say that at this time when you are starting time, fire will not tell you that it is during the Harmattan or during the dry season that fire occurs. Fire occurs at any time. So let us make sure that all our electrical appliances we have at home, let us make sure that we switch it off. All those people use gases, let us we turn it off. All the fire appliances we're supposed to have at our respective home, let us have it. And once you notice that a fire outbreak anywhere, please don't hesitate to call fire service. We have our numbers. So call us at any time, we'll respond to you.
Okay, there's something else again. So many homes use gas these days. At a fire outbreak in the home due to gas use in the house, what is the first thing the family should do?
When you see that maybe there's a leakage, there's leakage in your gas, the first thing you're going to do, there's a small procedure you can use. Water assists in suppressing the power of gas. When you pour water on it, when you started pouring water in form of spray, it will assist in raising.
When you notice
that is why you have some advanced country. You have them, they have these sprinklers.
No, sorry, you started by saying when you have leakage.
When you have leakage,
so
if you start pouring water, it will reduce the gas inside. So now after then you withdraw. You withdraw from the house. Tell your children to withdraw. Let them not have any any flammable, any light on their hand. I mean, I'm talking of heat. Maybe let them not play with any electrical appliance by that time, because it can attract the cause.
Can it explode when there is no fire?
It cannot explode unless otherwise. If it sees heat, we are talking when it sees heat. When there's a strike in somewhere, it can explode. But when it leak, it will not explode.
What is the lifespan of these gas cylinders?
Actually, in all gas there's expiring date, but we Africans we don't consider it. In all the cylinders you write, they will see expiring date on it. After this expires, you just throw it away and buy another one.
We throw it away and buy another one. When there's no apparent danger coming from it.
Because it has expiring date.
What is the lifespan? 10 years, 20 years?
I don't know. It depends on the people that make.
Okay, which one is safer to use in the home? Matchstick or lighter?
It's lighter. Lighter is preferable.
Lighter is preferable.
All right, yes, Citizens Forum at Daybreak Show, Rock City 101.9 FM. This morning, we are looking at that unfortunate incident that happened here in the state capital a few days ago, where we had some colossal damage as a result of what is now being identified as a gas explosion around Onikoko area of the state. And with us this morning is the State Director of Fire Service, Engineer Fatai Adefala. Let's open the telephone lines to engage you via the three means of communication: our Twitter handle and our SMS. I know a lot of people raised questions. A lot of calls came in that day. A lot of information that were either distorted or completely false came in. We have a man who can provide answers and clear the air on those issues. Right now, 0809 8687344 and 0909 146 9670, the two telephone numbers you can use.
And the short code dial 32120. Type rock, you leave a space. Type your message, include your name, and send it to 32120. And also the Twitter handle at Rock City FM, at Rock City FM.
All right. Okay, we have someone. Hello, morning.
Hello, we have you. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Omidiji is my name.
Thank you, Omidiji.
I'm calling. I want to ask
Omidiji, we can't hear you. You have to speak up, please.
Okay, I was trying to ask how many branches?
The fire stations in Abeokuta, I think you said 3.
In Abeokuta is two in Abeokuta.
Ijemo and Onikoko.
Okay, don't you think they are not enough within the population of the city?
What we are doing, the government knows about that. We are Senator FCACON is planning to purchase another vehicle. That was on pipeline now. We are working on it.
How many vehicles do you have in these two stations?
In this station, we only have two vehicles.
So it's one vehicle per station. I thought I do see 2 at Onikoko there. 2 vehicles per at Onikoko.
Oh, the other one, they are the old vehicles.
Okay. All right. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Dele, good morning.
Morning, sir.
My sister, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, our resource person.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. This is Kyle Deolumide from Abeokuta. Good morning, everybody, the Ogun State. I want to commiserate with the families of those ones that lost their loved ones. And to Ogun State Fire Service, I want to probably give it to you. You did very wonderfully well. But unfortunately, what do you think of those Okada riders that you met on the road that you are fighting to ask them to leave the road while you are going? And more importantly, that road was very, very narrow. Just your headquarters or where you have your service station to that place, not far anyway, but at the same time, if it would have been that from that place to Diaba, how will you have been able to make it with the issue of all these attendants of the Okada riders on the road? I believe that you have done a little of your best, but I believe that you can still do more than that, given the fact that most of our fire petrol stations are not supposed to be very close to residential buildings. And then you can see the one that is now very close to you there too. What have you done before now to tell them they're supposed not to have that station there? If you have not been able to
right.
whatever. Thank you. Anyway.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's take another call. Just take note of issues raised. Hello. Hello, morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Chienye.
Good morning.
Oga Fire. Morning also.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Olusola Johnson. Now I want you to tell us, be frank with yourself, how old are those fire tenders you have all over the state? That is one. When last or how the government purchase the tenders? Is it after every 5 years, 2 years, or 10 years? We want to know the lifetime of those tenders and how eager they are. Number two, how
Number
many
three.
hydrants? No. How many hydrants do you have in Ogun State, Abeokuta in particular? How many water hydrants do you have? Do you also train the attendants in filling stations on how to handle extinguishers, and then you also tell them the categories of fire we have? Because we have categories of fire. It's not every fire extinguisher that can extinguish any fire. Because you have to tell us this also. Good morning. God bless Nigeria.
Okay, thank you, Richard. I never know you worked as a fire brigade officer before. Thank you. All right, let's take another call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
We have you now. Good morning.
You are on. Good morning. 0909146970. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Adiola. I'm speaking from Abeokuta.
Okay.
I believe most of our organizations, most of our business organizations, themselves are not responsible. Because I can't imagine how a filling station, a gas plant establishment will not be able to have enough firefighting. Because most of them they don't want to pay a lot of money in securing what they have invested. There is no amount of money that is too much for you to equip your station or your gas plant with necessary modern firefighting equipment. I know there are a lot of automatic fighting equipment and all things like that. But as your guys in the house rightly said, let them go to visit all filling stations, gas plants. You will discover that what they have to contain fire, if there is any incident, they are not even adequate, and most of them are not even preparing. They don't even prepare at all. As a result of that, millions of property are wasted. I think the government should now see that responsibility, that it is now compulsory for every organization to have all these fire equipment being audited by firefighters in the state. I think that will go a long way in saving lives and property. That's my contribution. solution.
I thank you. Let's take one call more. We allow Engineer Adefala to respond. Hello? Hello? Hello, morning. You are on. Good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning.
You know our presenter and you know ourselves.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. And then I don't have much to say, but I just want to say about something. Because as I see the thing that occurs, I'm seeing two of that. I'm seeing that they are doing things together. I mean, the petrol station and then the gas. Both of them they are what? They are free. Because firstly, we are a fire service station. I would like to thank them for doing their work. And then for this thing, I'd like to build the petrol station. Because you know that they are doing this kind of thing. It will have called the fire service that it should come with that they are doing this thing. It didn't come there. Yes, that is really why this one was occurred. And then to this government, I think that this our government they can see because as at 2012, 2013, I haven't seen a petrol station that they are having they are having cars, they are producing cars, they are selling cars. Because to my own side, I don't see it just started really down 17. Because at that time, I didn't see any president that they are doing this thing. And I think our government, they are not doing their work on this thing. Because as I look at them, that they have to implement a law, and they have to make a law that any petrol station, they didn't want them to do what, to sell any particular thing, like what, like that. It's only petrol that is selling. And then I would like to do what, maybe our government is doing, if you work on that.
All right, I thank you. We'll move away from the telephone. So, Engineer Adefala, before I let you give your response to those calls, let me also ask you. The last caller talked about the law. What powers did the law gives to you people in terms of making somebody liable when we have cases like the one that happened last week? Do you have power to prosecute? Do you have power to charge somebody for negligence or being the cause of such thing?
Thank you. Let me start from my presenter. Now we don't have power. The only power we have is to sue the company if they don't comply with our safety laws. So that's the only power we have. We don't have power against.
So, for instance, the incident of last week, if after investigation we discover that this is the person who is responsible for it, who is liable, so you cannot do anything.
What we always do is that, well, temporarily for now, the man will not start. You seal the place until proper investigation, proper safety measures, proper hydrant. Because in any way you're going to build a gas plant, you must have an hydrant. And you see, in a standard gas plant, before they start selling, they'll first of all sprinkle the cylinder with water. They'll sprinkle it so that it will prevent the heat that is coming out from the cylinder. But most of the people selling beside the filling station, they don't have all that. They don't have all those things. Or even as one person said, even the exhibition they have cannot even contain, if fire breaks occur. And how often are they they don't know how they are not trained on how to do that. Reason being that all their work is not it's all they are not a temporary, they are temporary staff, they are not permanent staff. When they recruit some people today, next week they might even sack those people and bring in another set of people. The people that we trained will not be there at that moment. It might be a new face entirely that will be there. I'm talking about the attendants in the filling station. We train them on how to use it before a filling station or a gas plant will be in operation. But unfortunately,
Engineer Adefala, you kept saying these people do not follow the basic safety standards. They don't keep to the rules. They don't, and part of your duty is to inspect. One begins to have the feeling that maybe you are not doing enough of such inspection. That's why we are having these cases.
No. We are
But
carrying
if you are
them.
doing enough of this person, you will have identified and discovered all this.
When we visit any filling station during our visitation, we ask them after asking them, do they have fire approval? Do they have facility approval? Do they have this? We will now tell them, okay, call your men. Do they know how to operate this? Okay, we will now call 1 or 2 people to demonstrate on how to use it. That is part of our training. That's what we do. Any time we go on our inspection, we always do that.
Okay, let's go to the questions.
Uh,
The telephone.
Now the issue of the Okada rider obstruction is only God that can save us from these people, because the incident, even one of the incidents that happened that day, is they have to solve when the Okada man, one of the Okada man knows that fire is occurred, that a gas is leaking. One of the Okada riders have to drive within that incident, and it's not affected the woman he carried. So it's only God that can.
Fire brigade, do you no longer use the siren?
No, all I'm saying, before our arrival, the incident that happened, that's what we hear about these Okada people. So we use our siren, we have our siren. Even though we use our siren, some people will just say they are fire service people. They will not even look at it. Even some people will be abusing us. That do your worst. So African mentality is something that I can say also.
Interesting.
Engineer Adefala, can I ask you, is it safe to have a gas plant at a fuel station?
It's not safe.
So why is this allowed? We're talking about lives.
It's not safe. It's not safe, and it's also safe if they have their fire safety measures.
But that is not enough. You find out that it's not enough.
I'm talking about the firefighting equipment. If they have it in the filling station, we have if they have hydrants. If they have that in the filling station, before you construct a gas, you must have an hydrant, a mini hydrant that you can use in case there's a fire outbreak. But no, they don't have. What I've said, most of them, what they are concerned about is about making their money, making their profit, without even considering the safety rules and the safety rules of their workers or even themselves.
Did you still have a lot of
somebody said about the fire engine we have, they are still working perfectly. So far they are still working. They are still working, and all the equipment are still okay. So we don't have the lifespan for a fire vehicle. The attendants, they are being trained. It only depends on their frequent changing of staffs. The categories for, yes, there's so many categories of fires that happens that you have. We have like five categories of fire. We have five categories of fire. We have Class A, Class B, Class C, and Class Z. Class A is fire involving fuel-burning materials. Class B, inflammable materials. Class Z, fire involving gas. And Class Z, fire involving metals. And we have some extinguishing medium we use. For Class A, fire involving fuel-burning materials, we use only water to extinguish that. For Class B, fire involving inflammable materials, we use foam, DCP, and CO2, that's carbon dioxide. Then for Class C, Class C is talking about electrical fire and gas fire. We use, first of all, what we use in electrical fire, what we use is that we cut off the source for electrical fire. After cutting off the source, we now apply any extinguishing medium we know that is burning. And for classifier, what we use is classifier when you have that there's a leakage of gas. What we do that we sprinkle water on it, we start sprinkling water, or otherwise, well, we know that maybe there's somebody being trapped inside. What we need is that just dip in your towel. When you have a towel at home, dip in your towel inside the water, let it be soaked, and use to cover your nose. And you now started using seasoning method. You be using seasoning method. Seasoning method means that you're saving your breath for 30 seconds and you breathe out. You proceed again. So that's what you use. And for Class Z is fire involving metals. What we use is DCP, dry chemical powder.
All right, we are not done yet, but we will take this break for the national news and tend to come up. After that, Engineer Fatai Adefala, the Director of Fire Service, will still be with us. Keep sending your message and your tweet. It will be handled after we return. Don't go anywhere. It's good to know that you are still there listening to Rock City 101.9 FM, the voice of the people. Citizens Forum this morning. With us is the Director of Fire Service Ogun State, Engineer Fatai Adefala. Quickly, Engineer, there are some pending questions. I know Yopedo was asking you about hydrant and all sorts. Can we begin with that before we reopen the telephone line?
Yeah. Good morning, my listener, once again. Somebody asked about the hydrant we have. Presently, we have only one functional fire hydrant throughout the state. So at least we still maintain that one is being located at Onikoko. I know it's not enough, but I know that the government is working on that to replace the all those ones that they have been destroyed.
We've been talking about training, engineer. Um, can we have an idea of what sorts of training and how regular is it for your men? That's one. Two, the manpower, the number of fire officers in the state.
Yeah, we have enough manpower in the states, but I know frequently the government is recruiting more. We have so many people that are working in the state government now. So, but soon as they are recruiting more for us because the recruitment is ongoing. So and again about the training, we do train our staff. We go for national within the locality within ourselves, like going to Abuja to train ourselves. And we even we train some companies that hacks for us to train them. We train them also. Companies, filling station, markets, schools, secondary school, and so on and so forth.
All right, let's reopen the telephone line 0809868744. The other one is 0909146967. Okay, we have someone already. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, morning.
And Chienye, Mr. Dele.
Good morning.
Please, my name is Big Daddy, calling from Abeokuta. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Oh, please, I want to know. Most of the time, I have people that fell inside wells or soccer well pit. They say they used to call fire service people. Is it their work? And again, the fire service people are disease free, started by government. And another one is that there used to be a fire service team. I was expecting the fire service people come on parade to make sure to people to know that they are still in existence. And if you look at Onikoko at Ake side, the distance is not far. We are having Ogun State, we are having that like Imeko, Obanchoko, and so on and so forth. It's still you people that covered all those places. Because if anything happens before you can get to that place, I don't know what they will say. Have a nice day.
How you got Emeka's question?
Yeah, I got him right.
Okay. All right, let's take another call. Hello. Hello, morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Dimitra Wado.
Thank you for joining us again.
Yes, it's wonderful that you are bringing this topic to the front burner.
Thank you.
But I feel that to every action there must be a reaction, and prevention people say is better than cure. Safety is very, very important in a sensitive place like filling station. Sir, I want to draw your attention on something, and it's a pity that I am not part and parcel of the fire service consultant. I would have written to the federal government, but the life of people are so important, and life is highly sacrosanct. Citing filling station within the area, I believe that it is not environmentally friendly. With the little knowledge that I have about environmental management and safety control, I believe that filling station must be far away from residential areas. Maybe it's because we have a faulty system. That is why we allow such a thing to happen. the life of our people are very, very paramount. So I don't know whether I'm thinking towards that direction, sir. And secondly, sir, when that thing happened that day, what I heard, although I see it as a rumor, I was told that you people do not have battery to start your truck. That was why the thing, got to that stage. So I don't know how far it is true. And I was told, although, hello?
You are still on less than 30 seconds for a submission.
And I was told that you people normally lack water. You don't always have water. That is why, cases like that, escalate to an unpreventable stage before you people come in. So I want you to react to that, sir. Good morning.
All right. We'll move on. Take another call. He's taking notes. Just stay tuned. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning.
Ola Animashawu is the name calling from Abeokuta. Good morning, the resource person in the house.
Good morning, sir.
My concern is not too far from Emeka, Big Daddy, that's called. I know there used to be a fire station at Ijemo, but the road construction seems to have taken a big chunk of it. Is that fire station still operational, functional? Number one. I don't know, apart from Panshaka area, Onikoko, thank you very much. I don't know, do you have another fire outpost, fire service station in Abeokuta Township? Thank you very much.
All right, another one. We'll take this one and check out the messages. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning.
This is Baba Ire, and I'm calling from Obantoku.
Thank you.
Mr. Fire Service Officer, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Most of the times when there are fire incidents, normally your men will race down there. Yes. But as they go by trying to put that fire off, the water in the vehicle normally get exhausted. And before you know it, the situation now goes out of hand. So what is your organization really doing to ensure that such type of ugly incident does not arise? Then secondly, I don't know if there are high-rising buildings that really need the type of vehicles that has ladders, that those vehicles can now use the ladders to really put out the fire. Do your organization have such type of vehicles in this case? Those are my two questions. Thank you.
All right, we'll move away from the telephone lines. Engineer Adefala.
Wait, no, sir. I'm with you, sir. Now, let me start from the. Our job is those who have been drowned in the well or in the river. That is our job. When they call on us, we rescue. We have some people who do call the fishers, the fishers that will, that means the swimmers that can fish those kind of people out in any drowned well or river. That's our job. That's one of our job. Now, the people about Toko side, we only, as I've said it, we only have 2 fire stations in Abeokuta, and we are still expecting more. The vehicle that the state government has promised to buy. So, if that one is being done, we have more stations within the Abeokuta, and even they have promised able to buy a water tanker, because in a good scenario, when the fire tender moves, a water tanker must follow. That will add more. That will add more to our work, and it will prevent inferno from occurring. Then somebody out of sighting of residents in this village. Now, sighting of filling stations is not even, that one is not I guess done in Ogun State. It's being done throughout Nigeria. You now see filling station around the residential building. Go to Abuja, go to anywhere in Nigeria, you see filling station being sited in the residential building. Somebody said about no water, no battery.
They said they heard different stories that you do not have battery for a vehicle.
I will. You said what he said that they say there's no battery to start the car. I've said it. Visit our station. Come and check if you have battery. Even tell them, just drive and tell them, please start this fire engine for us. I want to see maybe it is working. Just try them to work. All those things, they are just rumor. People just say what they don't know. Fire station in the Gemo is still functioning. No matter the word, it's still functioning till present. They are still functioning. We still have our fire engines there. It's the one that covers around Obantoko, Diaba, so and Kuto fire station in Gemo. Then the Onikoko, we still have a station in Onikoko that's still present and it's functioning. When a man talk about that high-rising building, we call those type of vehicle hydraulic fire engines. At present, we don't have it in Ogun State, but the governor has promised to buy that for us.
So if anything happens to OP building, the tallest right now in the state, so
at least we have been using some fire measures to put all those fires that happen off. We see use our safety measures, you know.
Okay, let's go to the messages and the tweet and check out what the questions are.
Okay, we have two messages from the quick takes. To me, it's not necessary to address the nation about his privacy. We only need to pray for him. That's from Oriola Akinyemi. Then this one, my take is no. After all, the president took permission and handed over to his vice president. Let him rest and take care of himself. That was sent in by Kaidi. Then the fire incident was quite unfortunate, but it's high time the town planning office stopped their arbitrary and incessant approval of siting petrol stations around the living premises. What then is the essence of the environmental impact analysis before the approvals of such buildings? Then gas plants should not be approved to be sited within petrol stations forthwith. That's from Cosmos from Goshen Estate from Ashiru. Then, sir, let your people visit one petrol station at Itoku and another one at Okiata Housing Junction. Shola sent in that one. Then we have this one. We're always crying after spilled milk. Go to developing countries. You will not see petrol stations sited around living areas. Here you see them next to houses where people reside. They should stop giving approval to such buildings. Comfort from Ibarra sending the message. And this is from Dr. Chris Omotosho. Without mincing words, your organization, in spite of its importance, is one of the field and non-functional organizations in the country. How well or regular is your public awareness? You are claiming that you have water regularly, but there have been cases of no water complaints by your men. It is funny and strange hearing from you that every filling station in the state have your approval. For example, how can you justify the establishment of the new station in front of your office at Onikoko? How safe is that environment in case of emergency or fire outbreak?
Sorry, sir, can we just halt here? Let's address those ones. The person is challenging your claim that you inspect this petrol station and that there is a petrol station just in front of your Onikoko office now, which is perceived not to be safe. Is that fuel station safe?
No, it is. The filling station is safe. You can see when you go to that filling station, we advise them to build a very big fence, a tall fence. If you go there, you see the person that has the filling station built a fence very high, close to the other buildings. I mean, there's a bond wall between the two houses beside the filling station. You respect it, the filling station is okay, and they have so many fire extinguishers which they bought. They are didn't go and spoil one.
All right, Dr. Otocho, I think the traditional safety is like somebody whose house is located in front of the army barrack or the police station. It is expected that the house is safe. So since the petrol station is in front of the fire office,
It's more than safe.
it is safe. Okay, let's take more messages.
Okay, Femi, I heard the fire station service sells water to certain companies instead of doing water works. It's not heard of. How true is that?
How true is
Engineer,
that?
engineer.
Adefala.
Yeah, fire service don't sell water. It's not being written in the fire service that we sell water. Our work is essential services. That's what we render. A fire service will not go to each house and be knocking. We sell water. It's only people that will come to them, meet them. And even since I've been in that post since December 2 years ago, I have no occurrence of selling water. As I will say it, I will say it loud and clear. It has been happening. I do hear that before I joined the service that fire service do sell water right the service. That all those they are just propagandas. Fire service don't have water. And when I was small, they would tell me that fire service don't have water. It's a lie. It's when until I joined the service. Our tanker there has 5,000 liters of water, then 500 of chemical because we work. There's a chemical that we mix with water because it's an operation. We use chemical. We have all the capacity, 5,500 capacity we have in our tanker. But the issue is that when we go to a scene, it depends on the size of the fire that is occur. That is why it says the government has promised to buy a backup. That means a water tanker that will encompasses the fire tank that we have.
Okay, we have this from Dr. Chris Omotosho still. Are you aware that your men go about in the midnight selling water to people? This is a fact that can be substantiated. We see them often in our neighborhood at Onikoko. It is still baffling that you approved all the filling stations that are littering everywhere close to buildings. Okay.
I think he said it's not the fire time that
It's
approved
not the fire that
The men.
approve. It's the regional planning. This kind of regional
the
planning
plan
that
is not
approve.
fire service. But
Well,
you should have really a role to play
we have
because, like you said,
after the first thing, if not because everything has turned upside down. The first instance is that if any fission wants to be sighted, if any gas company will be sighted, there must be a fire inspection. We have to go and inspect it. But most of us in Nigeria, most of us in Nigeria, what we do is that if the fiscal and regional planning have given us approval to go and build a filling station, we just go ahead. When it's not happened, they call a fire service. So if anybody want to build, I've already said it, and we said in the last meeting that if anybody want to build, even we and the fiscal planners had a meeting that henceforth there must be a written note being given to maybe the person that want to buy the land that want to site social pitting in any place before an approval was given from the regional regional planning. So we've had a meeting, and at least from now, everything will work.
Okay, then.
The issue of selling water in the midnight, that one is a lie.
he said he has evidence.
It's not evidence. If you have it, what you do is this: when you know that they are selling water, just follow them, snap them. But please don't go and be snapping wrong information and tell me that you can just walk into my office, sir. I saw there's evidence. Snap it that these people are selling water. Not maybe you now use Photoshop and now you now tell me that they are selling water to match it. No. I can send it anywhere. I can quote anywhere. Fire service doesn't sell water.
Okay.
Okay, sir, you are not convincing at all. It's either safe to have a gas plant in a petrol station or not, and so it's not a yes or no thing. How many untrained people would be bold enough to apply the firefighting equipment when there is an outbreak? Please let there be no gas plant in any established filling station. Very simple. Life is precious and should be treated as such. That's from Dr. Chris Omotosho. Then switching on to the tweets now. Honorable_Damirex. From Moore Junction to Adaton Junction, we have 10 petrol stations, and from Moore to Oshiele, we have 20 filling stations. Isn't that danger? Hashtag danger. Okay, then still coming from Honorable_Damirex, DPR, Fire Service, and other concerned bodies should reduce the spread of petrol stations in town. Safety of life, hashtag safety of life first. Then Professor Agbola AAA, petrol and gas are highly inflammable. Why must we allow the sales of both in a station when we are lacking in safety measures? That's a question from Professor Agbola AAA. Then Shobo Ali Joseph, good morning to our guest. I don't think your office at Ijamo is still functioning. I think it has given way for road development. Thanks. Honorable Damirex again, please, how many certified gas stations do we have in Abeokuta operating strictly in compliance to gas business only? Arsenalist, people had to contribute for them that midnight to go and carry another tanker because they complained about lack of fund. Why is this? Then secondly, last year Ramadan, the fire service was called to attend to a fire incident in my area, and they came with half full tanker.
How did you know the tanker was half full?
Then still coming from Arsenalist, you can stand on my feet. Look to your right, you'll see a filling station, and to your left, another two. Why is this? Then we have this one from Delena. Was the fire services in Ayodo not a latitude of this development? It was a great loss to those concerned. This occurred last week. Then Arsenalist again, morning to you there. Please, is there any law guiding how many filling stations per street or the distance between two filling stations? Then the learner. Okay, Director of Fire Service said the station in Ayodo is functional. How then were they not able to rescue the burning of the conference center? That housed some of the staff of College of Agriculture Sciences and Ayodo campus within the premises of CHS Ayodo.
Let's say, the person from Aitro seems to be saying your station at Aitro is not working. Are you sure it's working?
The station in Ayodo is working. It's working perfectly. What you have is that the pump just some quite it's not quite the vehicle has some mechanical fault. So our engineers are working on it. We have to drive it down, just go and work on it, and all those parts of the vehicle, they are very expensive, so they are working on it perfectly.
So if you don't have a vehicle,
a tender, if our servicemen were there that day, they were the one that work. They were the one that work. Even the school in question, they have their fire engine, they cannot operate it. They have their fire engine, the school has a fire engine, but cannot operate their fire engine. It's our men that went there and operated it.
These are two different things. The Aitoro office, if there is no what do they call balls or whatever it is called to respond to calls, then apparently the place is not working. But you cannot have it is not the building that makes the hospital. So it is not just the building that makes the fire service. So if you have your men and they don't have things to work with, that means the place is not working.
They are working. It's working. You cannot see a fire service man now. Even when at least before they went there, the fire service have been working before a tender came in. That is why a fire service man must know what to do before in any situation, in any scenario. Must know what to do before a fire service assistant message comes in. So that day we were there and we work. If not because of the fire service, all the schools are burned down. At least we have done the capture. What we normally do is that we will prevent from other damage from occurring.
Okay, what you're saying that the presence of your men there did enough to stop.
As if before after that day, on their way coming, they have to call them again to a petrol station that burned in Konoy in Obantoko. Konoy isn't burned that day. In that same period, Ijemo was on the call also. So our men are working.
So Ijemo is also
and
working.
Ogun State is working.
Ijemo is also working.
Ijemo is also working.
Okay. It doesn't matter the number of fuel stations we have in there. Somebody just saying from Mod Junction to Adaton 10, from there to Oshele 20. So does it really matter the number, or is it the precaution, the safety
The
precaution
safety
taken?
precautions, that's what matters. All the filling stations must have their firefighting equipment ready and working at all time. Some place I will go to a filling station, you will see some their sand buckets. Instead of them, you putting sand is as well, they will put in nylon, paper inside sand buckets. So people even washing hands inside the bucket. There was one day I went to a filling station and I saw somebody washing, and I said, "You are very stupid for doing that. Why would you wash hand inside sand buckets? They call it dry sand, not wet sand. If anything should happen, how will you use it to dry sand?"
All right, let's check messages more.
Okay, Professor Agbola AAA, the man in the house is speaking fury. Many petrol stations in Abeokuta are now having gas plants, since no sales again in petrol. And then he says a similar gas explosion could have occurred at a petrol station at Kotopo last year. The gas plants inside petrol stations must stop. For Larry Solomon, the fire department came late, and after a while they said no more water. They tried, though. Then Director of the Fire Services, okay, Yemi Da Vinci, please, do you people make sure companies do fire drills and have emergency exits? Okay, that's that for now.
I think those are part of the progress to address. Your powers to go into buildings and check the safety measures. Do you have them?
We have work that requires us to go to a building, and before a building, a company might be built. They have some department you have some department that will cross check the building plan, and even after checking the building plan, we go there and inspect before a fire approval will be certified to that company. If they don't have it, we will not allow them to operate until all fire safety measures is on place.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get more calls now. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Dele.
Morning.
Good morning, resource person.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. My name is Chienye and I'm calling from Abeokuta. You see, the issue is we want you to be categorical. The fact that some gas filling stations or whatever are now springing up within already approved filling stations. Is it legal? Is it proper? Who is to blame for this? These are the issues we are now facing. In a normal condition, gas stations are better sited outside the town. So for this development now, we need a very serious promulgation, even from the state government, even whichever agency is responsible. And we expect your agency to adhere strictly. We are talking about life. We are talking about safety. So it shouldn't be condoned. If it has started, then it should stop and the existing ones be scrapped. So that's number one. Number two, I want you to be more specific about this fire incidents that engulfed the conference center at the comprehensive high school, Ayodo. The fact that you said Ayodo filling station, fire station is operating, you have no excuse. Let us know the situation, what happened, how far, are your people able to put the things right. Thank you very much.
All right, let's go on. Let's move on. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. He's taking notes. He will give his response. Let's add this voice. Hello.
Hello, now we have you. Good morning. Yes, please could you speak up more?
Yeah, Ola Wale Joseph on the line.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Fatai.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, I quickly want to put this. Is it going a letter to Adaton? Can we up to 50 police station with station? If we provide fire fire extinguisher, 50 filling station between Elega to Adaton and gas station. Is it possible? That's my question.
Noted. Let's add this one. Let's start this call. Hello. Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Our numbers remain 0909146967. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Dele, there was a question that was credited to me, and that was not my question about motor vehicles not having battery. I did not know.
No, it was not your question,
I
Yolanda.
will
It was Ariwoko's
Because
question.
I only asked two questions.
No, he didn't follow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
0809-868-7344 or 0909-146-9670. Hello, good morning. Hello.
All right, Engineer Adefala, we want to respond to the questions raised. I can marking and Kolawole Joseph.
Yeah, as already said, the Aitoro station is functioning. There is functioning. So once we are through the maintenance of the vehicle, it will be replaced back. There are men are there. They are at the station, and
At least there are fire officers.
there are fire officers there presently now. So when everything is done, the fire truck will be replaced back. So along the about Elega, all the finishes that is there, I've already said it. Once you have the fire extinguisher when it's functioning, now it seems now fire service is sleeping. So we have to start. We have to wake up now, moving around, doing our job, telling people what and what they are supposed to do, because it seems that some people just have their extinguishers and keep it inside. Maybe I don't know what they are or their extinguisher being kept outside. And even if once your extinguishers is not being kept at being placed at the proper place, you will be prosecuted.
All right, can we wrap this up with the messages and the tweets?
Yes, sure we can. Kindly enlighten me where to buy fire alert for houses. Well, he didn't include his name.
Fire alert.
Yeah.
Yes, and where can they get fire alert? Who sells fire alert? Is it fire service?
We sell fire. If you want it, come to Egwuonwu.
Okay.
We'll see to buy.
Okay. Kudos to the State Fire Service for the quick response of fire service at the incident at Abeokuta during the midnight inferno. Okay, this is Pope from Iberekudu who sent in that one. Then have you relocated the Ayetoro Fire Service? Your man and vehicle is no longer there. MOK from Ayetoro.
Aitoro people are so interested in this. Have you relocated the office? Where exactly is the office at Aitoro?
The office is Aitoro. Is very close to the VIU office.
Have you visited the place?
Yes.
When was the last time you went there?
The last time where I was there last year.
Last year.
Okay, close to the VIU office. All right, check more messages.
Okay, we have this from Yemi Da Vinci. Engineer Adefala, please, how many hydrants and fire stations does Ogun require? Okay, given 57 LCDAs and the population. Then Bode, Tonode, Obantogo, Oshiele Axis deserves at least one fire station. Make it a priority. The existing two fire stations in Abeokuta are grossly inadequate. Yemi Da Vinci still, please, the station being constructed at Okelantoro does not have high wallu. Then Professor Agbola AAA, if all what the man in the house said, okay, to go by Nigeria is in serious trouble, the man is only denying facts and not being specific. Okay, he may react to the questions.
Do you think the two stations in Abeokuta is enough and the 10 We've just been told that our population is over 5 million now.
No, I've said it. I said the state government has promised, and he said he's going to do it. And it's already in a pipeline. He's procuring more fire engines.
Okay, so you agree that we don't have enough.
You don't have enough. The population is crazy.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, and that will be it. We appreciate everybody. Egwuonwu Adefala, you want to drop a word, a message for those who have been listening to you? All right, we say thank you to everybody. Kunle Wosho assisted Egwuonwu Adefala in the studio, and to all of you who'll be here again. Say you've been wonderful. To our guest, Engineer Fatai Adefala, the Director of Fire Service Ogun State, we also say thank you. Dele Ayodo is my name.
And I am Chienye Egwuonwu. Thank you so much for coming around. Good morning.